Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be setting up my agenda for my new class. So I have a tentative idea of what I want to do. Everything that I set up in my last video for this current class that I'm in has been working pretty well. I just want to tweak things a little bit. So I printed out my inserts that we need to add in here. And we're actually going to replace a set that's already in here. So y'all will see what I mean in just a second. While I'm doing this, I apologize if you watch the videos, but I always have to say it. If you are new to my channel, I am a doctoral student and I am currently in my second year. In my program, we have a cohort model, and we also take one class at a time. So each semester we have 2 classes and they're divided up into 2 different sessions. So right now we are in the summer semester, and sorry, that one was tough. There's a lot of papers in there. As I was saying, we are in the summer semester, and so with that we are taking leading in organizations, which is the class that I'm currently in, and we're about to transition to qualitative research methods. In the summer, our classes actually have a residency period with it, and so I finished up my residency period for leading in organizations at the beginning of June, and then the residency period for this upcoming class, qualitative research methods, will be the first week of August. So we'll have presentations more than likely in this class as well. In my planner, I have a schedule section, and then there's this notes and list section, and this is my academic section. And so what I've decided to do is take out these Infinite Lotus monthly inserts. So I like these, but I want to try something new, and I can always bring them back. So I like having an overview of everything that is due. I don't know why my camera is having troubles focusing. I don't know if y'all can see that. But I like having an overview and just like an area to check mark what is done. But with these Rosie Papeterie inserts that I've been using for this session, and let me show y'all how they look and have turned out, I have the check mark ability, and then I'm able to go in depth on everything. And so I really love these, so we're going to stick with these. And y'all, I'm so sorry, I don't know why my camera is having troubles focusing. Let me see if this helps. There you go. But here's how these have looked and worked, and they've just worked so well. So that is the inserts that I printed out and that we're going to add in. So here's this current week. In my current class, we just have a final paper, so that's the focus for the remainder of this class. So it's gonna be pretty empty these past few weeks. I am gonna break down my paper a little bit more in these inserts. So I typically just keep everything like general, but I started to just break down my paper into sections on here, just because that's important during the week, and that way it helps me plan out when my paper is going to be done. So that's what I'm currently doing. And here are these new inserts that we'll set up. If I haven't mentioned it yet, I will link everything down below, as well as my discount codes to Rosie Papeterie and Infinite Lotus. It's always in every video for you guys, and I always make sure that I link everything that I use. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on with my camera. I really hope that it's just the viewfinder that's blurry and not the actual film. But yeah, let's go ahead and take out these monthly inserts. And to replace these, I am actually going to update my quarterly inserts. I also don't use this inbox, so we're going to take this out as well. I'm all for, if I don't use it, I want to take it out. We have this divider, but I think I'm actually going to switch this one for the large today, so I can put sticky notes in here to substitute that fact that I'm like taking out the inbox, just so I have that option. And what we're going to do first is update these quarterly inserts. So I wanted to bring in quarterly inserts back into my planner, and I really like these from Rosie Papeterie, and They initially started out as my like for work marking PTO, and then I don't use it, and so of course I take it out or I repurpose it. So I am actually going to repurpose these for class, and so we're going to do that with this class. I'm going to use these to hold all of the deadlines. So what I did in here, but it's going to be a list view, and I just want to try it out, and again, if I don't like it, then I'll switch it back, but I figured that way I would use this a little bit more. And we're going to take the bookmark that we just took out in the week, so I want to make sure that I have that in here so I can easily flip to it, since this will have my entire list of assignments that are due. So right now there's just PTO days, and I honestly might just keep it in there just because it doesn't really make a difference. I might take it out later, we'll see, but I'm going to keep residency listed. Then I just really need to take out for this upcoming month this upcoming quarter, this one PTO request. And of course I ran out of whiteout. Might as well take these out too. So let me take out these extra dots for now. Okay, so I just went in, and as y'all saw, I decided just to backdate and do everything to set them up just to try it out. That's something that I like to do when I'm trying to figure out my new layout and my new inserts. I'll backdate with things that have already happened, so that way I can see how it would look. And with that, I noticed that as y'all probably saw, I wrote these down, and then I realized, oh, I want the check mark boxes to be in front instead of behind the text, because that was my initial thought. So then I just redid it, and I only knew that because I knew, you know, once I put it down, what I wanted. So I like that. So this is how the class is going to look, and that's how we're going to set it up for the new class. So I'm going to pull up my syllabus on my computer, and this is what we're going to do. So it looks like the professor broke everything down in between pre-residency, residency, and post-residency. And so there's only a few assignments, which means they're going to be in-depth assignments. So we have discussion questions, a paper and presentation in residency, a design, a research design, a reflection paper, and a proposal. So let's put those in there. And so nothing's due in June, so everything is due in July and August. So actually, let's start with this. So another thing that I did in here is that the black dots represent when classes start and end. So this class ends on the 19th, and then we get a week off, and then the next semester starts the 29th. So I'm just gonna mark that, and I'm really looking forward to that week. But so let's see, we have July 3rd is our first date, and I'm trying to determine if I want to highlight things besides residency and the class starting and ending in the month. I just don't know yet, but let's see, we have, it looks like discussion posts, so let's just put those in. So there's 4 of those. And again, I'm just gonna put in a dot before everything else that I'm going to write in. And this is just so I have that check mark box option, which, as I mentioned earlier, I love having. and try to make those as straight as possible, but they are definitely not straight, but they'll do. So we have something due the 3rd, 10th, 17th, and 24th. Residency is August 1st through the 4th, not the 5th. It's 4 days. And then it looks like there's a presentation due the 1st day of residency. And it looks like we have assignments in residency as well. So let's put those in. And then there's a reflection paper due the following Sunday. And then we have the final paper. So I want to put all of those in with the deadlines. Alright, and then that is set up. So I have my overview with a bookmark, and then I am going to go through and do the same thing and just break down everything in my weeks. So we're going to go to these weeklies, and here's the first week. And so I'm going to go through, date everything, and then add in all of the deadlines. Alright y'all, so my pages are officially set up, so I'm going to go through and show y'all everything that I did. So here is the first week of class, and so I just used a big drop to mark first day, and then I went in and added all of the deadlines as I mentioned, and then each week I'll go in and I'll write out my to-do list of what needs to be done. For the most part, the beginning of this class, pre-residency, is focused on discussion posts as well as preparing for residency, because there's a presentation and a paper and a lesson that'll be due. So it looks a little light, but really there's a lot. And so what that means is there's going to be less in these boxes and more in my to-do boxes, because I'll probably break out and like each week work on something, so that way I'm ready by the time we have residency. And then as y'all can see, I have in the next week box, which I really love having. I can see, okay, well next week is when everything's due, so this will be like crunch time for finishing up everything. And then towards the end of the semester is where the next weeks are going to be very important, because this is where I'm just highlighting the big things that are due at the end of the semester. So here is the residency week. So presentation due on the first day, and then research design. So the professor will upload a residency schedule, and that's what I'll put in this area. So I made the deadline, or I move the deadline over to the side with the to-do list, and that's something that I just like having the schedule in my planner. So I did that over here, and it's something that I really wanted to highlight when my presentation was due in this week, but I didn't do it, and so I just did it over here, and I really like how that looks. But that way it's consistent. So I'll have my class schedule in here, and then I highlighted the deadlines, and then if there will be things that I'll need to do after class. So sometimes there's homework, sometimes it's just prep for, you know, the upcoming presentation, so I'll have different things to do. But yeah, here is residency week, and I just kept it consistent with what I've been doing because it's just been working really well. Again, highlighted different items, and then this is the last week of the semester, so there's that. And then just one more view of everything in here. I'm really looking forward to this, so I should probably do list these out. So intro and experience. Okay, and then here is how this looks, and I'm actually really excited to try this out. So another thing that I think I'm going to do is I have these lighter dots, and I think I'm going to highlight due dates, just like the big ones. It's like a paper due here. Of course I have my final paper due here, but I already have a dot there. But that way I know whenever there's a deadline, it's highlighted. So we're gonna do that just to try it out. And then I think I saw that the presentations are due the day before. So I want to make sure I have that listed out in here as well. And then I'm going to do the same for the class that I'm currently in, just so again it's consistent and to try it out. And then yeah, that is the current setup, and I'm really looking forward to trying this out. Of course, I will keep y'all updated in my plan with me's and my end of month flips. But other than that, that is going to be it for this video. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And thank you guys so much for watching.